A youth pastor told me one time that as long as he orders the Sunday school curriculum, books the summer camp, and doesn't say anything that contradicts his church's belief statement, everything would be just fine. And what's so frustrating about that is he had no energy, no passion, no drive to reach students, to disciple students, to do any of the things that make youth ministry really function and grow and go. And at the other end of the spectrum, there are youth pastors who, for them, there's not enough hours in the day. They're burning the candle at both ends. They're racking their brains to try to think of the next best creative idea. And they're working as hard as they possibly can. And it made me think about, in my neighborhood, we have a tennis court. And there are two different types of players that I see on the court. On the one hand, there's the person who's just out there, just kind of shuffle to the left, hit the ball back across the net, shuffle to the right, hit the ball back across the net. No sweat, no struggle, no effort, just volleying the ball back across the net. And then on the other hand, there are some players who get out there and, oh my goodness, their shoes are squeaking on the court. They're grunting when they hit it. They're smashing the ball all over the place, and they walk off the court just covered, dripping in sweat. Two very different approaches to the game, just like there are two very different approaches to youth ministry. Well, I wonder which one of those you are. And if you are the person who is not working very hard, I would just encourage you to reconnect with your original calling, to understand why it was that you originally were drawn into student ministry, the vision that you initially had to reach students, to disciple students, to make a difference in your community and ultimately in the world. Reconnect with that. And then if you're the other person who is working around the clock, too hard, too much, I would just tell you to take a break, to relax, to allow God to restore your soul, to slow down, to reconnect with the joy of the ministry. And so there's two very different messages for two very different youth pastors in this video. On the one hand, I want you, if you're not motivated, not passionate, not excited about what you're doing, find a way to reconnect with some of that joy and some of that passion. And on the other hand, if you're just burning the candle at both ends, you got to take a break, because we don't want you to burn out. We want you to be involved in ministry, involved with students, and be able to grow your ministry over the long haul.